I'm excited to share with you a new game-changing indicator for trading. This tool has been a lifesaver for many new investors out there, and it's a must-have for your toolkit. So first thing first, everybody, we're going to be going over here to indicators, metrics, and strategies, and I want you guys just to type in WaveTrend, make it one word. The second from the top right here, you're going to see WaveTrend with crosses, LazyBear, but it's made by Lone Star. This is the one you guys should be using, and let me explain why. I'll also be using the basic one here, Indicator WaveTrend Oscillator by LazyBear. You guys can always choose, but they're the exact same charts with a little bit of a difference here. The WaveTrend with crosses gives you little signals here on the dots on the screen. The basic one does not give you those signals, so sometimes people have a hard time. I found out by teaching some students that they don't like using this too much because they can't see the crosses as easily. You can always change this by going in here and changing some settings, but for this video, we're just going to go with the new one here that gives you the signals and the lines a little bit more straightforward, a lot easier to use, okay? Now, first thing I want you guys to do is go over here to settings, and I want you guys to make all of these lines under style the third thickness, okay? Because sometimes, again, it can be kind of hard to see, especially if it's a lot smaller. I have my chart zoomed in about 150%, I believe. So the majority of you guys are not going to be looking at it like this normally. Most people are going to be looking at it like that, okay? So you can see with a third thickness, it even looks really thin on my screen at this point in time. I shrink it down a little bit more. I can still see it at the bottom. I can still see those dots, and that's really what I'm looking for right now, okay? Now, one more thing you guys have to do, and just to help you guys out, I'll be popping this back up here to 175. Last thing you guys want to change is you guys are going to see this bar color right here. It's going to say blue and yellow. For me personally, I have it set to yellow is green, so it's a green signal, and red over here is blue. I don't like that setting. That's the setting that they give you. For now, since red is blue, I'm just going to turn blue to red, and I'm going to turn the opacity down to 50, and I'm going to turn yellow to green, and I'm going to turn that opacity again down to 50. I'm going to hit OK, and now this is set up. And now when you actually zoom into your charts, you'll see green sign right there. See the different color, red sign right there, so sell, buy, okay? But here's how you use this indicator, because if you just look at the colors, you're going to be very confused about why it says buy here, sell here, buy here, buy here, sell here, when it doesn't, it's not going to give you the best profits. Let me explain how to use this indicator like a pro, because it's not easy when you first start off using it. So when you're above the two red lines here, you can think of above the red lines as being overbought, below the green lines as being oversold, kind of your typical moves right there, typical signals. What you're looking for is a red dot above the two red lines, no green dots. You don't care about the green dots that happen above this line, okay? You just don't care about them too much. You're looking for down here, the green dots, you care when they're below the two green lines, okay? So let's talk about how to use this in each circumstance. I'm going to shrink this down just a little bit, but I still want to see the entire thing. There we go. So you're not going to always be using this for short signals or short selling signals. I use this more often than not for just flat out sell. So if I have a long, I think about scaling out a portion of my position right there as I see that signal. In this example here, you saw that Bitcoin actually had a pretty premium breakout, a very nice breakout here. Boomed up. We actually ran into a standard level of resistance, nothing too complicated here, but we were showing some weakness, and guess what? We ended up coming back down. We were actually breaking down, and that's why that sell signal came along, and people actually took it. You don't have to sell everything, but you could definitely think about scaling out 10, 25, whatever that percentage level is for you. And then if you're still holding on, guess what? It would have still rallied and you would have still made a little bit more money. You had that next sell signal right here, and let me zoom in a little bit more for you. And you guys could have also just sold right here. But you guys will see that right here, we had another green candle. We had a buy signal. Ignore the buy signal if it's actually above the two red lines, okay? If you're looking at that type of signal for that, it's already overbought. There's no reason to try to buy. That's going to be a sucker's bet, and it's going to hurt you a lot. On the other hand here, if you are looking for a sell signal towards the top and it's not above the two lines, you're basically going to be looking to use this when we have a breakdown, okay? In this example here, we finally broke down right there. You had the sell signal here. You could try to short sell off of that breakdown, but you have to be looking at those support levels as well and adding some Fibonacci levels on here. Don't use this blankly. See the support level there, how we bounced around. broke down back here, and this is usually that golden zone where people want to buy between that 0.618 level and that 0.786 level. This is usually after we have a pivot where people like to buy, and then we kind of go up from there. And in this circumstance, it worked perfectly like that. So you guys have to understand what's going on. But other than that, you guys can see it wasn't above the red lines. It's not really a strong sell signal. If we were looking for a strong one from back in the day here, it's going to take us a while. The last one was really right over here, all the way back of August of 2022, and it was right here. That was a great short selling signal if you guys wanted to use it. But what were you looking for? The breakdown that happened the next day. So, oh, I'm probably going to look to buy here or open a short selling position. Then you play the move. Or if you had bought down here, you know, let's see, back when we were oversold, buy right here, sell all the way over here as the oscillator continues to move upwards. You guys can say, hey, I want to scale out some right here. I want to scale out some right here. On this example over here, we really didn't break down below any stop loss support, which probably would have been around here, around 18,951. Since we didn't really break down below that and close down below it, most people would have been just holding and kind of testing the waters, I would say. But you can see sell here, possible sell here, possible sell here. If you're panicking or the trade, you just didn't feel like the trade was working out, you guys could have done that as well. But you buy down here, you sell over here, you short sell because you have a breakdown following the sell signal. And that's how you really want to be using this indicator right now. Okay, let's just go to something like an Apple, okay? Right now, we're seeing Apple just had a red sell signal right here after getting back up here. And I can show you guys at this moment in time, Apple's running into some resistance. Does this mean you guys should be selling everything? No, but it seems like it'd be a good opportunity to scale out just in case. So scale out 10%, 20%, whatever you guys felt more comfortable with. You see there's buy signals right here. Is there any reason to buy? No, because we're not at the green levels. You see right here, we're down below the 2 green levels. Buy signal here, sell signal. Why would you be selling an oversold territory? Doesn't make sense, right? So buy here, and you can see what happened. A really nice, strong move. And that's the way you guys have to be using this, bit by bit by bit. Again, scale out signal right here, like really, really close to the top here. Buy signal here at the top. There's no reason to be doing that right now, guys. You guys would have already bought at the last oversold signal right here or all the way down here. And even though it went down, long term, it still worked out. Take your time with this, but back test it, because if you guys don't back test it, you guys are going to be a little bit more confused when it doesn't work out how you want it to. And you can even see right here, Apple, sell signal. We're getting very close to breaking down. That might even happen tomorrow or the day after. All right, thanks everybody, and make sure to watch this video with 22 Finviz scanners. That way you guys can get a little bit of an edge on everybody else. Thanks.